Hi, I'm Tony Makem. This song is called The Boys from Killybegs. It's written by Tommy Makem and it celebrates the fishermen of Killybegs in County Donegal. There's a personal story attached to this as well, which I'll talk about. But first of all, I'll sing it through and I'll go through all the chords as well. There are the wild and rocky hills on the coast of Donegal, and the fishermen are hearty, brave and free. Ah, the big Atlantic swell is a thing they know right well, as they fight to take a living from the sea. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet are riding gently through the foam. Where the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town when the boys of Killybegs come rolling home. Now you're heading out to sea and the wind is running free, and you cast your nets as rain begins to fall. Ah, the sun comes riding high and the clouds will soon roll by, and today you maybe take a bumper load. When the weather's rolling rough and the work gets very tough, and the ropes will raise the welts upon your hands, but you'll never leave the sea, for whatever you may be, when it's in your blood it's hard to live on land. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet arriving gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town when the boys of Killybegs come rolling home. Where there's purple in the hills and there's green down by the shore, and the sun has spilt his gold upon the sea. Where there's silver down below, where the herring fishes go, when we catch them there'll be gold for you and me. With the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet are gliding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town when the boys of Killybegs come rolling home. When the boys of Killybegs come rolling home. Killybegs is a town on the northwest coast of Ireland and is one of the busiest fishing towns in Ireland. Close by is a small village of Adara, which nestles in the valley of the Owen Toca River on the shores of Loch Rossmore Bay, and has been described as one of the most charming towns in Donegal. And it was there in 1804 that my great-great-grandfather Thomas Makem was born, in a whitewashed cottage with a thatched roof. Sounds romantic, but it would have been a very hard life for people of the village scraped a living from fishing, farming small strips of land, or weaving cloth now known as the Donegal tweed. Their first language would have been Irish, Gaelic. I visited there in 2006 to explore my ancestry, and everyone was very friendly and helpful, but sadly no records exist before 1904. Thomas, having learned to speak English and to read and write instead of fishing or farming, on the 18th of April 1825 he enlisted in the Coast Guard service in Killybegs. Coast Guards were moved around a lot because of the fear that they'd get too friendly with the local smugglers. And after various postings in Ireland, he eventually ended up in a small fishing village in Filey, Yorkshire, in the UK, where 200 years later I was born in 1935. The song has been recorded by Tommy Makem himself, the Clancy Brothers, the Irish Rovers, Noel McLaughlin and others as well. This song has its tonal centre as G, but there's a nod to the Mixolydian mode. Then you get this move up from a G chord to an F chord, tone between the 7th and the 8th chords. I've talked about modes elsewhere. G. So I'm starting off with the introduction, the G chord, and I use this fan stroke. D7, one stroke of the G, and it starts on the third beat. There are wild and rocky hills, F, coast of Donny G. The fishermen are hearty, brave, and D7. And a G, so F. Well, as they fight to take a living from the sea. All the verses are exactly the same. The chorus is slightly different. It starts with the G chord, with a pleasant rolling sea, and then a C chord, herring running free, and the fleet is riding gently through D7, foam, G, notes are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, when the boys of Killybegs come rolling home. I don't like using the same pattern all the way through, so I'm varying it. It's mostly with just the thumb stroke, but also, as I said, the fan stroke and the chunk, where you come down, deaden the strings. I've done a video on that, so you can look that up. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting, my personal story as well, and you'll have a go at it. But whatever you do, and however you do it, have fun.